essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews to sports coverage to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews to sports coverage to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews to sports coverage to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Interested in bringing your ideas to life? Here at Milford TV, we give you the opportunity and resources you need to turn your content into reality. We offer memberships with access to equipment and use of our in-studio setup to allow you to get your message across in a professional manner. Or if you simply have the desire to gain hands-on experience in the field of digital media, you can become a volunteer at Milford TV, where we teach essential skills and tools that allow our members to create and tell their stories. From studio interviews, to sports coverage, to field shows, we provide the community the chance to stay informed and get involved. If you're a local company looking for an opportunity to promote your business, consider becoming a sponsor of Milford TV. We offer several sponsorship options for local business visibility during our sports broadcast as well as other areas. Whether you hope to inspire others, highlight issues you're passionate about, or would like to learn more and participate in the production process, Milford TV is the perfect place to start. Call or visit us at milfordtv.net for information on how to become a member or volunteer, and see why now is the time to join the Milford TV family. Come on over so you can be part of the action. Coverage of our Scarlet Hawks athletics on Milford TV is brought to you by the following sponsors. Our presenting sponsor, the Rail Trail Flatbread Company, a casual American dining experience with locations in Hudson and on Main Street here in Milford. Rentschler Biopharma, sponsor of our broadcast booth. Rentschler Biopharma transforms innovative ideas into life-saving biopharmaceuticals. Rentschler Biopharma, reliability you can trust. And Unibank, big bank know-how, community bank attitude. Serving the Milford community at their local branch on Prospect Street inside the Shaw's Plaza.
It is now the starting lineup, beginning with the visiting team from North Attleboro High School. Junior, number 1, Eva Kurkowski. Number 2, senior captain, Deanna McConey. Number 3, senior, Buddha Musa. Number 4, senior, Natalie Bernadette. Number 6, senior captain, Eva Edward. Number 10, junior, Jude Rabani. Number 11, senior, Megan Caruso. Number 12, senior, Lincoln Amida. Number 13, junior, Serena Akinbaboya. Number 15, junior, Marina Solomon. Number 16, sophomore, Madison Chambers. Number 18, freshman, Emma Sawyer. Sophomore, Isabella Holt. Red Rocketeers are head coached by Deanna Knight, assistants 5, Mariah Formosa, Victoria Shannon, and George Tatro. Ladies and gentlemen, number 1, sophomore, Brooke Stone. Number 2, junior, Lala Tristan. Number this time, will you all please rise and remove your hats for playing the national anthem?
Good evening, everybody, and welcome inside the gymnasium here at Milford High School, as Milford TV is happy to bring you coverage of Scarlet Hawks athletics, presented by the Rail Trail Flatbread Company. Rail Trail Flatbread Company is a casual American dining experience specializing in an all-scratch-made kitchen featuring wood-fired flatbreads. You can check them out right here on Main Street in Milford or their Hudson location. Milford TV Executive Director Tim Coed, so happy to be with you, kicking off our 2025 fall sports season. And we do it in style here in the Milford Gym, bringing you coverage of the Milford Scarlet Hawks girls varsity volleyball team in their season debut. And this evening, the Scarlet Hawks welcome in a rival from the Davenport division of the Hockomock League, the North Attleboro Rocketeers. The first game on the season for both of these teams. And we bring you the action live from our Rentschler Biopharma broadcast booth. Rentschler Biopharma is a global contract. Beg your pardon, Rentschler Biopharma is a global contract development and manufacturing organization. They specialize in biopharmaceuticals and advanced therapies. Rentschler Biopharma, reliability you can trust. Just about set to get this game started. Milford will serve first here in their home gym. The very first serve of this 2025 season in the air, sent back the other way by the Rocketeers just inside the back line, and it is the Rocketeers who grab the opening point here as we begin a new school year and a new year of Scarlet Hawks athletics coverage here on Milford TV as we get settled into this 2025 fall sports season once again. We'll have the usual teams on display for you throughout this season, including this girls volleyball team. We'll have the girls and boys soccer teams. And we'll have home coverage of the Scarlet Hawks varsity football team as well. An exciting fall ahead for all of these Milford programs. Sam Denegris getting her hand on that return from the near side, but it goes out of play. So a couple of points here to get the day started for North Attleboro. As this serve goes into the net off the hands of number 15, Maruna Solomon, a junior for the Rocketeers. And the serve now on the Milford side from number 13, Fiona Lentini. As that ball drops down, cannot be returned as North Attleboro has a bit of a communication breakdown on that play. So Milford immediately able to tie things up at 2. Once again, the Scarlet Hawks under the direction of their longtime head coach Tammy Weber. The North Attleboro Rocketeers under the direction of head coach Dan Knight. Nice scramble at the net for North, now going cross court on the return, but that is out on the near sideline. Technically, our second coverage of this fall season. We did sneak in some scrimmage coverage for the football team on Friday of last week. If you missed that coverage, it is available streaming on our YouTube channel. It will be in the mix, airing on our educational channel and our Verizon High Definition channel, as well as once again throughout this school year. You can find our athletics coverage locally here in Milford on our educational channel for both Verizon and Comcast subscribers. You can also catch us on our High Definition channel for Verizon subscribers. And as always, you can stream all the action live and on demand on our YouTube channel. Abby Murphy sending in that return from the near side, little two-hander gently back over the net by North, and now to Negris. She's going to get blocked. Milford will have a chance to reset here. Stokes to Murphy, and that ball is going to land just out of play. A bit of a new mix on this varsity roster for Milford this season, along with some returning players as well. As that ball just does sneak over the net. Let's clip the tape. Returned well by Milford. Now a scramble over on the near sideline for North Attleboro. They run out of touches. Of course, Milford looking to fill the void for two terrific leaders, two impact players in particular that graduated from this team in the spring of 2025. TJ Downing and Claudia Salitro, Juliana Sprentis, and Gianna LeBron, also heavy contributors to the team's 7 victories last season. And Milford with a nice play off the net, and then it's blasted right back into dead center of the net from Lauren Williams, one of the new faces on this varsity roster this season. And so North Attleboro takes a 5-4 lead here, still in the early going of this first set action. Serve now on the North Attleboro side from Megan DeRozier, a senior. Fingertip touch by Abby Murphy. But that ball lands out of play. And so North Attleboro creeps back in front, 6-4. Serve once again for DeRozier. Now pushed over to the near side of the net, but nobody home there for the Rocketeers. Lincoln Abramitis trying to track that ball down, but couldn't get there in time. Milford gets the point back, trailing by 1 as Coach Weber shakes up the mix on the floor. And Lena Lupkin will serve now for the home team, getting a big cheer from the sub-varsity players sticking around here to take in the varsity action. North Attleboro, meanwhile, nice play, including that return for Solomon. Popped straight up in the air. The libero able to take care of it, but now into the net. The error for Isabella Houghton. It is Ava Kreskauskas for North Attleboro wearing the libero jersey here in the first set. Isabella Grady Harper, now in her junior year for Milford, with the libero jersey on. Back and forth through this first set action so far. Milford had just tied it up. Now North Attleboro will jump back in front 7-6. As Coach Knight gets the personnel situated over on the North Attleboro side. Set up by Lupkin. Danny Darling with a nice return right to the back row. Outstretched hands for Natalie Bendetti. Tried to keep that ball in play, but it drops down. Milford will take the point. They knot it up once again, now at 7. And Lucia Testa will step onto the floor to take over on serve. Over towards the far sideline, and this ball goes off the hands of Abramitis and out of play. And Milford will take a lead here at 8-7. Lucia Testa, one of the returning players on this varsity roster. Pushed backwards here and then hoisted back across by the captain, Ava Enegren. And then dropped back over, down for the Milford point. Milford trying to build some momentum here now with a 2-point lead. A lot of positive energy for this team in their season debut. To the far sideline, that is in for the ace. North Attleboro bailed on it, but it dropped down on that far sideline. And the first ace of the season for Lucia Testa. Good looking service game here so far for Testa. This time North Attleboro able to get the return. Set up outside for Darling. She hoists it to the back, that is in. And right now North Attleboro struggling with their court awareness. They've let 2 balls drop here in this last sequence that have stayed in. Milford will take it. Able to jump out to an 11-7 lead now. Testa continuing to deliver them right to Kraskowskis. And a blistering return that time. Testa did all she could do, but that goes deflecting off of her hands out of play. So that ends the run for Milford. 11-8 now as North gets the side out. Abramitis will serve. Picked up by Grady Harper. Testa a long way to go. And then Darling, but had no angle to get that ball back towards the net. So that pendulum starting to swing back towards North Attleboro now. Serve to the near side, picked up by Lentini. Now over to the far side, tough angle, and North can't keep that return in play. Only one captain listed on the varsity roster that we received prior to the game today. That is Leanne Maforte. Meanwhile, one of the newcomers, Lauren Williams, with the service error, gives North a quick side out now at 12-10. A big softball connection on this varsity volleyball roster for Milford this season. In particular, all of the impact arms in the pitcher circle for the softball team this past spring now a part of this varsity roster, as Milford able to play a tough bounce off the roof to get this return back across. Lupkin sticking the hand out. Now it's Maforte at the net. That ball gets across, and then a held ball on the North Attleboro side ends the point in Milford's favor. But it was the combination of Lauren Williams, Brooke Stokes, and Lila Driscoll that brought in the new generation of pitching talent to the varsity softball team back in the spring. Now all 3 of those players featured on this varsity volleyball roster. So 3 underclassmen that will be players to watch here for the next several seasons across the Milford sports landscape. (13-11) lead for Milford. Powerful serve for North, and that stays in play for the ace. Number 15, Maruna Solomon, serving for the Rocketeers. And this time that serve delivered out of play. Low line drive serve for Solomon. The first one hit the back line, that one going out of play. Lentini serving for the Scarlet Hawks. Stokes able to angle that ball towards Murphy, who sends a cautious return back across. And now, nicely done from the far side by Addison Chambers. Saw Milford spread out a little too thin on the perimeter, attacked the middle, comes up with the kill. And a 1-point difference now on the scoreboard as we get deeper into this first set. Murphy a chance to get a little more on that return. It's dug out by Kraskowskis. Here's Murphy again, pushes it to the back and down to a knee. Nicely played again by Chambers, but North Attleboro can't get the return. Milford back up to a 2-point lead. Isabella Grady-Harper now in her 3rd year on this varsity team, one of the veterans now. Started on this team immediately as a freshman. And a rejection at the front row, spiked down by Murphy, who's found a little groove here over these last couple of points. Milford up by 3. Back to Grady-Harper. And meanwhile, we'll have our first timeout of the match with Milford on top of North Attleboro 16-13 here in first set action. So looking back to how things finished up for these two teams last year, Milford finished the 2024 fall sports season with a 7-12 record. 7 hard-fought victories in a very tough schedule. Those 7 wins were enough to allow Milford to qualify for the postseason. They advanced to the round of 32 in the Division II tournament and were eliminated from there, but definitely a step forward last season for this team, and with a good mix of returning players and some new faces. Coach Weber feeling very positive about the chances for this team this season. North Attleboro, meanwhile, finished the season last year at 5-13. They missed the postseason, so they're looking for a rebounding season this year. Though North Attleboro did defeat Milford in their lone meeting in the 2024 fall sports season. These teams typically early season opponents. This is the 2nd season in a row they've faced off on the very first day of the season. As North Attleboro gets the point, Milford coming in contact with the net. Megan DeRozier now serving for the Rocketeers. Lentini digging that out. Here's Murphy. Again, finding the open spot on the floor. She gets the kill. Abby Murphy looking to improve upon a season last year in which she finished with 81 kills. Another player that has been on this varsity roster since her freshman year, now an upperclassman, ready to take that big leap forward. Milford now with a 4-point edge. Lukin on serve, and that ball is going to ricochet off of Chambers' hands and out of play, unreturnable on that serve from Lena. And Milford all of a sudden 6 points away from taking this opening set. Sneaky speed on that serve, dug out by Kraskowskis. Now Lutkin to the dive, and then pushed forward by Lentini. A hard blast from the outside, that's down for a kill. Abramitis able to get a full swing on that ball, driving it downhill, and then getting the point and the side out for North. Ava Enegren, senior captain, now will serve. Lucan going a long way for that ball. Murphy stays calm, hoists it back across. Now over the middle. Dug out on the back row. Lucan again to Murphy for the soft return. And then down the line. The officials needing a moment to confer, but they say that ball landed out of play. Milford able to avoid coming in contact with that ball before it dropped down wide of the far sideline. And so a 5-point lead at 20-15 for the Scarlet Hawks. And again, it's Lucia Testa serving for the Scarlet Hawks. A couple of players go into a dive. Danny Darling patrolling the net for Milford, makes sure that ball stays on the north side. The biggest lead for either side in this first set right now for Milford at 6 points. And to the far sideline, and that stays in. And so again, North Attleboro struggling to judge those serves down the line. Victimized again by the ace for Lucia Testa. Goes to that same part of the court again. North Attleboro able to keep it alive, and it's Kraskowskis who gets it back over. Set up now for the down the line attempt for Fiona Lentini. Not that time, as she drives that ball far out of play. Gives North the side out. Milford leading by 6, 3 points away from the set. Abramitis serving for North Attleboro, delivering it long. Tough time for a service error. Milford will get it back now, 2 points away from taking the set. And Coach Weber continuing to show confidence in Lauren Williams. First time the serve was too short, this time too long. Trying to get some confidence at the varsity level. So instead back onto the North Attleboro side for Ava Kraskowskis to deliver the serve. Lisa Grady-Harper has that ball go awkwardly off her hands, but a nice play for Lentini to get the ball back playable. And now into the net on the North Attleboro side to set up a series of set point chances here for the Scarlet Hawks at 24-17. And it will be Brooke Stokes who will look to give Milford their first set win of the new season. Just does sneak that ball over the net, off the hands of Enegren. And 25-17, Milford able to claim victory in set number 1 here of this new 2025 fall sports season. So the Scarlet Hawks start off on top. We'll take a quick pause here on the broadcast as the teams flip sides of the floor. We'll have second set action when we come back here, bringing you the coverage live from our Rentschler Biopharma broadcast booth. And of course, our presenting sponsor of Scarlet Hawks Athletics here on Milford TV is the Rail Trail Flatbread Company. Before we get started with second set action here in the Milford Gym, we want to give a huge shout out to our friends at the Rail Trail Flatbread Company, back for a second season as our presenting sponsor for our Scarlet Hawks athletics coverage here on Milford TV. Such a tremendous community partner. We're so thrilled to have a chance to work with the fine folks over at the Rail Trail Flatbread Company. We understand that this coverage is airing over in the Milford restaurant this evening, so happy to have all of the folks over at Rail Trail right now enjoying the coverage tonight. And if you're not over at Rail Trail, you definitely want to head down there, as they are just a few short days away from unveiling their new fall menu. That is coming up, the official fall menu launch on September 16th. Always some tremendous new additions to the menu every time they shake things up over there at Rail Trail. So of course, you'll have all of your favorites. The Primo Pepperoni is a mainstay in my rotation every time I'm over there at Rail Trail. So again, just absolutely fantastic food. You can check them out here in Milford over on Main Street. Still plenty of time to enjoy the terrific outdoor seating over there at the Milford location. You can also check them out in Hudson as well. We settle in now for second set coverage here for this varsity girls volleyball action. Milford taking the first set 25-17. And now North Attleboro will serve to begin set number 2. Sam Denegris over on the far side gets rejected as North Attleboro starts off in front here. They did the same in the first set, able to grab the first couple of points. Very close through the majority of that opening set, but Milford able to gain some separation late in that first set action to give themselves the victory. And of course, meanwhile, that ball was a point for Milford on that first point of the second set, so my apologies. And then Milford following that up with their third ace of the match, so a 2-0 start for Milford. I stand corrected. Denegris this time sending the cross-court attempt out of play. A brief lobby there from Denegris for a deflection, but that did not come. And that ball also deflected out of play, so apparently Denegris did get that deflection call. So it's been a little bit slow developing with the signals from the officials in the second set, but all 4 of these opening points of the match have gone to Milford. Able to build up a lead, and you can make it 5 straight as that return gets blasted out of play. And Coach Knight, not wanting to see this set quickly get away from his team, calls the timeout. Gives us a chance to acknowledge our other sponsors here making our Scarlet Hawks athletics coverage happen, including Rentschler Biopharma, the official sponsor of our broadcast booth. Rentschler Biopharma at their Milford site, offering full-service solutions along the entire biopharmaceutical value chain for large-scale clinical and commercial CGMP manufacturing. Rentschler Biopharma, reliability you can trust. Coverage of Scarlet Hawks athletics also brought to you in part by Unibank, Big Bank Know-How, Community Bank Attitude. You can check them out serving the Milford location at their local branch on Prospect Street, right inside the Shaw's Plaza. Returning to action out of the timeout. It's been all Milford to start the second set. And out of the timeout, same result, as North Attleboro cannot get that ball back across the net. And a 6-0 run now in the making for the Scarlet Hawks. Serves continue to come from Fiona Lentini. Looking good in her Milford varsity debut. And North Attleboro sliding underneath the net there to end the point in Milford's favor. So continues to be a terrific start to this set for Milford. Now a deflection, North Attleboro can't handle it, and the Rocketeers right now struggling for answers. Coach Knight will go to Ava Kraskowskis to try to find the adjustments that need to be made here. North Attleboro reeling. Here's Grady Harper with the dig. They'll set it up for Abby Murphy on the outside, and that ball drops in beyond the back line. And so the run ends at 8-0 for the Scarlet Hawks, but a terrific opening to this second set. North finally gets the side out. Addison Chambers will give way to Natalie Vendetti, who will take over on serve. Over the middle, this ball hoisted to the back. Vendetti able to get there. One-hand punch keeps it alive right at the net front for the Rocketeers. And now Denegris fires it into the net. And North Attleboro now with back-to-back points. Murphy able to adjust nicely as that ball led her right up to the net, but using the fingertips to glide that ball over, deposited it perfectly out of the reach of the Rocketeers, and Milford with a 9-2 lead. Grady Harper now serving. Lisa gets to this one, and it's Murphy. And Milford, a hair slow to react there. They pay the price as that ball drops down for an easy point on the North Attleboro side. Don't want to give any bit of this momentum back. Instead, now the serve from the North senior Megan DeRozier. Murphy, again, good control on that return. Denegris and Williams teaming up for the block, but that ball still drops down on the Milford side of the floor. North Attleboro now creeping back in here on a 4-1 run after the 8-0 run for Milford to open the set. Murphy the first to get to this one. Now Stokes sets it up for Denegris, who right now not finding the right elevation on these return attempts. And so what was an 8-point lead now down to 4. Grady Harper sliding in to make that play. Now punched back across. Harper there again. And now this ball rejected but delivered out of play. And Milford will claim the point. Denegris to the sideline. Brooke Stokes as well. Tori Jakes, a newcomer to this varsity roster, getting her first action of the season. Lena Lupkin, who's been stellar serving in this game so far, sends one over that cannot be returned. And for the first time, it feels like all night, Lupkin with a misfire behind the service line. So 11-6 now as the serve goes to Enegren for North Attleboro. Short serve, Grady Harper able to step in to that one, and first return attempt for Tori Jakes. The timing was not quite there. And so back down to a 4-point margin. North Attleboro continuing to try to dig their way out of a big early hole. And Enegren with the service error. Milford will get the side out. And now here is Lucia Testa back on serve. Lindgren could not hoist that ball back across the net. And now it's Testa with a service error, so Milford could do no wrong for those first 8 points of the match. Hasn't been quite as clean for Milford since. And now back to Lincoln Abramitis on serve. This ball taking a hard ricochet off the roof, but quick reflexes for Lena Lupkin keeps that ball playable for Milford. North Attleboro able to get the return, and ultimately they claim the point in the set, but big time hustle for Lena Lupkin to keep that play alive. Took a real hard bounce off the rafters and able to keep that ball airborne. Nice effort, as now this serve glances off the hands of Lucia Testa. And so all of a sudden now down to a 3-point margin. So North Attleboro close to resetting things here in the second. Lupkin pushes this ball back from the net front. Now here's North with a blast over the middle, and that is out. Not by much. Milford will take it. Back on serve, up by 4. And another chance here for Lauren Williams. And this time delivers the serve in play. Now set up for a down the line return for Fiona Lentini, who continues to look very good. The junior, first time on this varsity roster, looking very comfortable. He's made some nice plays so far tonight. 15-10 now the Milford lead, as this ball just hangs in the air, and everyone caught looking at one another on the North Attleboro side of the floor. The lead creeps back up to 6. A couple of good serves now for Lauren Williams. Set up on the near side. Williams, and too strong for Testa. North will get the side out. North outscoring Milford 11-8 since that 8-0 run to start the set. Milford able to respond with another powerful down the line kill. Bring the lead back up to 6. Stokes will take over on serve. Heave right at the net front for North Attleboro. Milford answers with a beautiful cross-court return that was tucked right inside that far back corner. And Stokes dropping that serve just too long. Grady Harper absorbing the serve from Maruna Solomon, who will now set it for a near side return for Bendetti. And now off the hands of Abramitis on the back row, deflects off the back wall, off the championship banners here in the Milford gym, down for a Milford point to push the Scarlet Hawks in front 19-12. serve now from Lila Driscoll. And absorbs that blast on the back row. Maforde with a one-handed punch. Diving play on the back row for Driscoll, and then the quick strike by Stokes. And then Stokes trying to make the play there. Smarter move would have been to let that ball go for Driscoll, who was in better position to make the play. And so North takes the point, trailing by 6. Natalie Vendetti will serve for the visitors. Stokes, not the tallest player out there on the floor, tried to angle that ball, but just did not have the reach to be able to make that playable for one of her teammates. And so a couple of points back for North, and then the service error will place Milford 5 points from taking a stranglehold on this match. Issa Grady Harper now will take over on serve. Led this team in aces a season ago. This ball just trickling over the net. Now Murphy gets there to make the return. And now hard return executed by Abramitis. Cuts through that Scarlet Hawks front row down for the kill. And so a 5-point margin on the scoreboard as DeRozier will serve for the Rocketeers. Driscoll, Stokes, and then Williams. Some sneaky quickness there on that return at the net front for Williams. Now Stokes will set it for Murphy. And they're going to say, I believe that North Attleboro might have reached over the net there to make that play. So it gives Milford the point. Tori Jakes will return to the floor here. Lena Lupkin will take over on serve. Milford needs 4 more to take this second set. Kraskowskis dropping down to a knee to keep that ball in play. Then the Rocketeers delivering a nice return down the line. Milford couldn't get there. And now Ava Enegren back out on the floor to take over on serve. And again, cannot reach the net. The second service error for Enegren here in the second set. Lucia Testa will serve. Abby Murphy to the bench for the moment. Coach Weber doing such a great job, as she always does, of keeping her bench active and involved. Here's Jakes. Nice calm return. Now the front row able to take some heat off of that. Lauren Williams. And now Driscoll with a hard return. And North Attleboro caught out of position to make a play. And so North Attleboro going to call another timeout here with Milford 2 points away from taking the second set. Overall, we can trace the head-to-head meetings back to the 2016 season between these two teams. It's been competitive. Milford 6-7 in meetings against North Attleboro going back to 2016. North has had the edge on Milford recently. They have won the last 2 regular season meetings for these teams. Back in 2023, winning 3-1 here in the Milford gym. And then last season, earning a 3-set sweep in the North Attleboro gym. So Milford looking to break that streak. But first looking to lock down this second set Freshman and JV players providing a good atmosphere here back out of the timeout as Testa serves it into the net. So the timeout freezes the momentum for the Scarlet Hawks, at least for the moment. Lincoln Abramitis now will serve for the Rocketeers. It delivers it out on the near sideline. Set points coming up for the Scarlet Hawks at 24-17. And it's back to Lauren Williams. Lenegren gets to it on the back row. Now Testa and Laforte with her back to the net, gets it back across. Soft return. It was the right play for Abramitis. Vacated center of the floor. And so one set point saved by the Rocketeers, trailing 24-18 as Kraskowskis will serve. And Milford cannot return. Hard ricochet with Driscoll going as far as she could go into the dive right in front of the scorer's table. And so a second set point saved now by the Rocketeers. This one's set up now for Driscoll, gets the deflection and down for the kill. So a resilient effort there in the second set for North Attleboro, able to shake off that 8-0 run for Milford to start the set, but ultimately it was that big lead that made the difference for the Scarlet Hawks. They take the second set 25-19, so they take a 2-0 lead here on top of North Attleboro, looking for the sweep now, and we'll see if Milford can do it. We will begin third set action in just a moment here as we once again bring you the coverage live from our Rentschler Biopharma broadcast booth. And our presenting sponsor of Scarlet Hawks athletics coverage here on Milford TV is the Rail Trail Flatbread Company. Earlier this afternoon, it was sweep victories for the Milford freshman and JV teams, so this varsity squad now with an opportunity to make it quite literally a clean sweep on the day if they can take care of business here in set number 3. Milford taking on North Attleboro, a 2-0 lead for the Scarlet Hawks. 25-17 win in set 1, 25-19 win in set 2 just moments ago. And it will be Brooke Stokes, the first to serve as the third set begins. Cautiously handled on the North Attleboro side. Maforde will blast it over the middle long. And so North Attleboro will start out in front 1-0. Right now the JV squad all standing in the bleachers, which has obscured our scoreboard camera for the time being. So we'll keep you updated on the score in this one if that continues to be an issue for us. Right now, 1-0 lead just underway in the third set for North Attleboro. Maruna Solomon, who's had some power behind the service line today, sends another good one to the back row. Grady Harper had that ball pop all the way over to the net. Stokes could not play it from there. And so a 2-0 start here in this set for the Rocketeers. Now a rejection at the net for North. Mary Buckley getting onto the floor here in the third set, making a couple of plays on that outside position. Now over the middle, Maforde stands tall. Stokes keeps it under control. Driscoll from the front, and it's sent down for the kill by Jordan Egan, sophomore with plenty of height on that front row. And so it's North Attleboro now looking for a big start to this set, as Milford did in the second. All this on the service game for Solomon. This time Milford lets it go. It does go long, and so that ends the run at 3-0. And now Lila Driscoll to the outside, but that is wide. And so North gets a quick side out with a 3-point lead. Addison Chambers serving now for North Attleboro. And Milford a little out of sorts here to start this third set, committing the infraction up front. And to the near side, that ball is out of play. And so Milford will get the serve back, trailing 5-2. It's Issa Grady Harper who will serve now for Milford. Dug out by Kraskowskis. And then pushed to the outside for Abramitis. Milford under control. And Stokes with a little cross-court action down for the kill. Much better looking on that rally for Milford. If you are a fan of Milford versus North Attleboro, we've got another dose of these two schools coming up in our live coverage tomorrow afternoon, as we will have our first coverage of the season for the varsity girls soccer team. It will be Milford taking on North Attleboro out on the turf field tomorrow afternoon, with the varsity action getting started at 4 p.m. So we will have that live coverage across our Milford TV platforms starting at 4. Murphy with a laser beam down for the kill. You can really see the confidence in Murphy's game now in her third year at the varsity level. Grady Harper digging that out. Here's another chance for Murphy to the back row. That one might have gone long, but North Attleboro elects to play it. Another chance for Murphy. Gets rejected. Long run for Driscoll. Just misses the basketball hoop, and Williams able to get it back across. Now Grady Harper, Lukin to Danny Darling on the outside. This one pushed back, Grady Harper, and Murphy gets it back to the North Attleboro side. And now hard ricochet, and down for a North Attleboro point. That was our longest rally of the match. North Attleboro able to make just enough plays to best Milford there and take now a 7-4 lead. Serena Akinbabboy will take over on serve. Given the go-ahead now. Serve to the back row for Grady Harper. Long run for Lupkin. And Murphy able to arc it back to the North Attleboro side. Now Grady Harper down flat on her back, able to keep that ball from the floorboards. Now Darling, Lupkin steps in to set, and Murphy another calm return. Now it's Driscoll and Lupkin. They come together, but able to get it back to the North Attleboro side. Nice play at the front for Solomon for North Attleboro. Here's Murphy, gets a little more on that return and drops it down for the kill. So some longer rallies here in this third set. This one goes to Milford, cuts it to a 2-point margin. That one glancing off the top of the net from Lentini. Grady Harper, another nice dig. And now Williams over the middle. And Lincoln Abramitis trying for another hard return, but delivers it into the net instead. And it's down to a 1-point margin. Giatesta. Another good serve. And North Attleboro out of sorts there, could not get the return. And so Milford able to tie things up now at 7. Set up over the middle and blasted out of play. North Attleboro wanting the deflection call. Players signaling, Coach Knight as well, but they don't get the call. So Milford will take their first lead here in the third. A good service game again here for Lucia. And that ball drops down. It looked like, again, North Attleboro was struggling with their communication. I'm not sure if perhaps Maruna Solomon might have kept that ball alive with the shoulder. Might have just had the hands drawn into her chest as she kept that ball in play, but North ended up getting the return and Milford frozen on the other side. And so tied again. And play halted as Milford commits the infraction at the net front. And so they give the lead back. Most competitive set we've had so far. And the service error for Ava Kraskowskis. Grady Harper and Williams to the sideline. And Sarah Leverock will enter the game for the first time to take over on serve. A senior on this roster, her first year of varsity action. Just does keep that serve in along the near sideline. Annegren punches a return across. And now driven to the back, but that is long. Hard blast from Fiona Lentini, but just long. And so with Leverock in the game, I believe now Coach Weber has gotten her full complement of varsity players into this game. North Attleboro back on top now by 2. Still a lot of smiles on the floor on the Milford side. Another short serve. So Milford serving down 11-10. Brooke Stokes. Frozen rope serve over the net. And now cross court and out of play off the hand of Mary Buckley. Right now Stokes, Lentini, Leverock, Testa, Maforte, and Buckley on the floor for the Scarlet Hawks. Lentini gets that ball over the net, diving play by Kraskowskis. And then the kill over on the far side for Addison Chambers. Been a couple of returns here in this third set where Milford has just been caught frozen. That was one of them there. Now trailing 13-10 with the serve back now in the hands of Maruna Solomon, who helped build up an early lead for North. Just in front of the bleachers, Milford able to make the play. Back to Kraskowskis, who digs it out. And now the hard deflection goes out of play. Nicely done again by Lentini. Good height on this Milford roster this season. That's something that they've been missing the last few seasons. You really need that height up front, especially once you get into the real teeth of this Hockomock League schedule and you're going up against the likes of Canton, King Philip, Attleboro. And again, Stokes left all alone at the net front, could not make the play. So North Attleboro serving, leading 15-11. And a misfire there for Buckley. And Coach Weber will call what I believe is the first Milford timeout of this match. A 5-point lead, which is about as large a lead as North Attleboro has had at any point in this match. Trying to extend it to a fourth set. So we mentioned it earlier here in this set, but we will be right back with more live coverage each of the next 2 days to close out this week. We'll be out on the soccer field tomorrow for live coverage of the varsity girls soccer team. It will be once again Milford taking on North Attleboro, this time in girls soccer. That live coverage kicks off across our Milford TV platforms at 4 p.m. and then we will be out on the turf field on Friday night for week 1 of the high school football season. Milford welcoming in a non-conference opponent in the Westfield Bombers. And an important note to all of our Milford TV viewers, the start time for that football game on Friday has been moved back. It was originally slated to be a 6 p.m. kickoff. It will now be a 7 p.m. kickoff for Milford and Westfield coming up on Friday night. But once again, that will be live across all of our Milford TV platforms. Still a rough go of it in this set for Milford. Out of the timeout, the spike for North as they open up now a 6-point lead, up 17-11. Chambers serving for the Rocketeers. Here's Murphy. And now pinned down the line. Another excellent return by Abramitis. When they've got her in good position, she has been able to fire those returns for easy kills. And now that serve handcuffs Abby Murphy, and things quickly getting away from Milford in this third set. The Hawks now trailing by 8. North Attleboro suddenly 6 points away from ensuring this match will reach a fourth set. And the service game continues for Addison Chambers, the most success North has had on serve all night. Stokes just able to get there. Grady Harper with a two-hand return. And now Murphy and Maforde team up for the block. Milford gets a desperately needed side out and some work to do now, trailing 19-12. And instead, Murphy could not control that ball. It got over her head and down for a quick North Attleboro side out that makes it now 20-12. So since Milford last had the lead at 8-7, it has been a 13-3 run for the Rocketeers. Milford gets that return down, but play had already been whistled to a stop. Milford committing the infraction, and North Attleboro looking like they will roll their way into the fourth set. Akin Bubboy's serve goes wide, and so Milford will get it back, but running out of time here in the third. Lena Lutkin hoping to get this team back on track. Murphy trying to use the fingertips, but could not get that ball back over. And right now, everything that was working for the first two sets for Milford just not quite there. Level of execution has dropped, and North Attleboro has raised their level as well, as this ball goes off of Driscoll, cannot be returned. And North Attleboro now 2 points away. Coach Weber will call a timeout once again. A 10-point lead in this set now for the Rocketeers. was a frustrating end to the season for North Attleboro last year. Again, they finished the season 5-13, but ended up just missing out on a playoff berth. One of the first two teams on the outside looking in of the playoff bracket. Coach Knight confident that he's got the mix here this season to get this team into the postseason. A lot more swagger out there for the Rocketeers in this third set. It's been their best performance of the match by far. 2 points away from pushing this to a fourth. The serve from Abramitis is dug out by Murphy. Lukin will set it for Darling. Hoisted back to Issa Grady Harper. Now the setup over the middle for Williams. Raskowskis gets the dig, and now into the net off the hand of Jude Rabani, the junior. And so Milford gets the side out, trailing by 9. Back to Lucia Testa. Pushed to the middle. Abramitis further away from the net. Could not get the clearance. So a couple of points back here for the Hawks. Raskowskis delivers that ball right close to the net. North Attleboro returns. Now Lentini set up again over the middle by Abramitis. This time she gets it over. Williams couldn't control it, and now set points for the Rocketeers at 24-15. Serve will be in the hands of Megan DeRozier. Dug out by Lentini. She'll get it back for the return, but sends it into the net. And that will send us on to set number 4. North Attleboro seizing control of this set with that big 13-3 run after Milford had taken the lead. And so North Attleboro on the board here. It's now 2-1 in favor of Milford. And so again, we will move on to a fourth set here in the Milford Gym this evening as we bring you this coverage once again live from our Rentschler Biopharma broadcast booth. We'll be back with the start of the fourth right after this. Stay tuned to the coverage of Scarlet Hawks Athletics here on Milford TV, presented by the Rail Trail Flatbread Company. Tim Coed once again back with you here in the Milford gym. Calling all the action live from our Rentschler Biopharma broadcast booth as we now enter into set number 4. Milford leading overall in the match, 2-1, but North Attleboro with a dominant performance in the third set, the most lopsided set of the match so far at 25-15. The two teams now exchanging points as the fourth set gets underway. Montini serving at 1-all. Maforde trying to outwork at the net. Now Denegris able to get involved to keep that ball alive. And the rally resets. Maforde this time cannot get it back across. Tough work from both front lines. North Attleboro claims the point. They jump on top 2-1. And now North Attleboro commits the infraction up at the net. That ties things up at 2. Issa Grady Harper will take over on serve. Took out on the North Attleboro side by Ava Kraskowskis. And then blasted by Murphy. A couple of high bounces. Denegris ready at the net. Nicely executed all around. Grady Harper just getting the net clearance. And then fired into the net by Abramitis. North Attleboro started out the third set up 3-0 and then up 7-4 before Milford battled back to take an 8-7 lead. But that was where things really flipped in North Attleboro's favor. They went on a big 13-3 run. Did not look back from there. Milford able to get off to a better start here in the fourth, on top now 5-2. An extended service game here for Grady Harper. And that ball drops down in front of Kraskowskis for an ace. I believe that's the first one for Issa tonight. Four-point lead now for the Hawks. And back-to-back aces for Issa Grady Harper, feeling it behind the service line right now. And Coach Knight calls for the timeout. We're excited to welcome a new voice onto our Milford TV broadcast for our football coverage on Friday night, as Cody Crawford will join me as a color analyst in the press box down at the turf fields. We'll share more about Cody on Friday night. Many in the Milford area might already know Cody from some of his viral videos on social media with his exaggerated news reports that have been a lot of fun. They certainly grabbed our attention at Milford TV. We shared one of Cody's reports on the ongoing Central Street Bridge project on the Milford Informer back in August. So Cody, who also has a lot of sports knowledge, will join us on the coverage this Friday night. Should be a lot of fun. Here's Murphy down the line. Does it stay in? It does indeed. The kill for Abby Murphy. And Milford up to an 8-2 lead here in the fourth. And meanwhile, Coach Knight will deploy his lone freshman on his varsity roster, Emma Sawyer, into the game for the first time. And a little flick attempt for Abramitis. Milford sniffed it out. Denied. Again, Milford looking to break a 2-game losing streak against this North Attleboro team. The run finally ends on the Grady Harper service game, but fabulous stuff there from Isa, including a couple of aces to build up a nice little cushion for the Scarlet Hawks. Serve now to Megan DeRozier. Grady Harper taking charge, lobs that ball back over. And now out of play. Too strong from Isabella Houghton. 4 sophomores and 1 freshman on this North Attleboro roster to go along with a strong contingent of upperclassmen. An opportunity for Emma Sawyer, the freshman, on the outside. She'll get another one here. Sends it out of play. No freshman on the varsity roster for Milford this season. The only underclassmen are Brooke Stokes and Lauren Williams, the 2 sophomores. Other than that, it is juniors and seniors on the Milford roster. Lukin pushes that one back for Murphy, who gets the kill. Had to reach back. Could not get a ton on that ball, but positioned it perfectly for the kill. And the lead up to 9 now for the Scarlet Hawks. Dug out by Kriskauskis. This will drift over the net. Guarding the top of the net there was Lauren Williams. You've seen the confidence grow for Lauren as this match has gone on. As Lukin's serve goes into the net. And so Milford with a 13-3 run that comes to an end there, so matching the 13-3 run that North had in the 3rd set. This ball deflects over towards the Milford bench. Danny Darling able to bring it back, and Milford gets it across. And now hard return is saved by Grady Harper with a tremendous dig. And then North Attleboro firing a 2nd straight return back across. Right now, some conversation going on amongst the officials. And now Coach Weber chatting with the official down by the scorer's table, and they'll talk something over here. Judging by the body language, the official down low not getting a great view of that ball, so whatever Milford was lobbying for there, not enough conviction from the officials to overturn the call, so it stands as a point for North, bringing the score to 13-5. And Murphy with the short flick. Now Grady Harper to a knee slide. Murphy, deflection off the front. Soft return. And Milford unable to keep that ball alive as it drifted over behind the officials' podium. North Attleboro now fighting back. Good service game here for Serena Akin-Boboy. Danny Darling with a sneaky little return. And now North Attleboro sends it out of play. Darling changing up the timing there for North Attleboro. So the lead for Milford at 14-6. Serve once again from Lucia Testa. And the kill for Abramitis. Lead for Milford now at 7. After making the big play, Abramitis now will serve. Dug out by Grady Harper. Chance here for Lentini. Rivero able to get to it yet again. Testa on the back row. Lupkin will push it to the outside again for Fiona. And now whistled to a stop. Another point on the Scarlet Hawks side. We'll bring the score to 15-7. North Attleboro wants to talk it over with the official. Abramitis relaying the information to her head coach before play continues. Milford ahead 15-7. Lauren Williams will serve. It takes a nice effort from Kriskauskis to keep that ball alive. Lupkin, the set, down the line for Lentini. That's in for the kill. Great touch down the line for Fiona Lentini. I know the initial call was on the Milford side, but apparently changing course. Ruling that in North Attleboro's favor, so instead it's Praskowskis who gets the serve. Looking down at my score sheet too quickly. And now back-to-back points, as it turns out, for the Rocketeers. Milford lead down to 6. Set up for Darling. She sends it into the net, so now 3 straight for the Rocketeers. A 4-1 run now for North Attleboro. Down to the knees for Testa. Maforde trying to drive that ball to the near sideline, sends it out of play. The Milford players incredulous at the call. Unfortunately, the ball went just out of the view of our camera. We didn't see exactly where that ball landed. Milford didn't appear to be asking for the deflection, so they felt that ball landed in play. It was close. So down to a 4-point margin. Dive for Grady Harper. Here's Darling, but Milford's going to run out of touches. And things getting very tight now in this 4th set. Coach Weber calls the timeout. Now a 6-1 run for North Attleboro to get themselves right back into this set. This has been a game of counter punches. These coaching staffs have done a good job of making adjustments as the match has gone along. Milford came out so strong, leading 8-2. Had a 13-3 lead at one point in this set. They've notched just 2 points since then. So the complexion of this 4th set has changed drastically. And so now back out of the timeout Ava Kraskowskis serving for the Rocketeers, and a hard deflection off of Lentini's hands. And that big Milford lead down to just 2 points. Fans getting anxious here in the Milford gym. An awkward play on the back row by Lucia Testa. Could not get enough elevation under that ball, and now it is a 1-point margin. Another tough dig. And Milford able to get just enough air under that ball to get the return, but not this time. And North Attleboro all the way back from a 13-3 deficit to tie this setup at 15 all. Lila Driscoll back to the floor for Milford. That ball will deflect off of her hands, and North Attleboro now will take their first lead of this fourth set at 16-15. All of the momentum squarely behind the Rocketeers right now. And the service error finally slows the momentum for North, and it will tie this match up at 16. A fight to the finish now here in the fourth set. Brooke Stokes will take over on serve. Milford trying to rebuild some confidence. Sam Denegris back out onto the floor. And Stokes' serve does not cross the net. A quick side out for the Rocketeers, who now have a 17-16 lead. And one of their big service weapons, Maruna Solomon, ready to release for the Rocketeers. One final quick substitution brings Jordan Egan, the sophomore, back out onto the floor to bring a little more height to that front row. And the service error for Solomon this time. And so tied again. And Milford will look to Lila Driscoll to try to stabilize things for the Scarlet Hawks. And so 3 straight service errors, 2 for Milford and 1 for North Attleboro. Keeps flipping the score. North Attleboro back in front. And this service stays in play. Murphy with the dig, but again, staying low to the ground. Milford could not play from there. Now a 2-point lead for North. Now another service error for the Rocketeers. So these two teams have served very well at times in this match. It's been a little rocky here in this last stretch. 1-point difference on the scoreboard. And Grady Harper, who was behind the service line when Milford built that big early lead, trying to get Milford back on a roll. Nice start there. Hard deflection that goes off the basketball backboard and down for a Milford point to tie things up at 19. And again, same result. High ricochet goes off the backboard and down. 2 unreturnable serves for Issa Grady Harper gives Milford the lead back at 20-19. This one does not graze the backboard. And North able to set up that hard blast from the near side for Lincoln Abramitis, who gets the ricochet that goes off into the Milford crowd. And so the race to the end of this fourth set is on. 20 for Milford, 20 for North Attleboro. lot of twists and turns in this fourth set. And the most tense points coming up now. Starting with the serve for Megan DeRozier. Murphy with a good dig. Williams will hoist it underhand back across. And then Williams makes the play up at the top of the net. Gives Milford the lead. Substitutions here. Denegris to the bench. Danny Darling back out onto the floor. Lena Lubkin will take over on serve. And Milford 4 points away from a match victory, but they feel like for the toughest points in this match. Here's Darling. Solomon able to get her hands on that. Now it rolls over the top of the net. Brady Harper will set it for Murphy. And this ball all the way over to the near sideline, but it's played there. And now rattles around the rafters, and they will rule it a dead ball and a point for Milford. That took a couple of hops up around the rafters. It did eventually bounce down on that second ricochet over onto the Milford side, but the officials had already ruled it a dead ball at that point. So a 2-point lead for Milford as North Attleboro sends it outside the antenna. And so a couple of quick points here for Milford, and the lead is 23-20. And timeout is called. So Milford, in a set that has had so many shifts in momentum, Milford putting things back together here in this critical point in the match. So now 2 points away from victory as these two teams talk it over in their respective huddles. So it may be the first match of this fall sports season, but these two teams have given an outstanding battle. They've given this match a bit of a playoff feel here on day one for fall sports. Lubkin releases the serve. A tricky handle there on the back row for Addison Chambers, but her teammates able to pick her up. And now Murphy gets the kill to put Milford on the doorstep. Match points coming up now for the Scarlet Hawks, 24-20. Lubkin looking to wrap things up. Good serve. Long way to go for Solomon. North Attleboro has to cautiously put it back across. Here's Darling. She punches it to the middle. Praskowskis. And now Abramitis. Ooh, that ball might have been ticketed beyond the far sideline, but Brady Harper didn't want to take the chance. She went into the dive, and that ball glances off her fist and out of play. That might have ended it, but Milford just not wanting to take the chance. And so another life here for the Rocketeers. Still match point for the Hawks. Brady Harper pushes this all the way back over on one touch. Abramitis with a soft return. Murphy will set it for Darling. Has it go off her palm awkwardly into the net, and 2 match points saved now by the Rocketeers. (24-22). Desperation here for Murphy. Gets it across. Set up for the blast from Abramitis, and a third match point saved. One more still to go here for Milford at 24-23. And instead, Coach Weber wants to talk things over first. So 3 opportunities so far for Milford to end this match. 1 on their own serve, and the last 2 on North Attleboro's service. And they have not been able to slam the door. They'll have 1 more chance out of the timeout. Milford winning the first set 25-17. They won the second set 25-19 before North came roaring back in the third set to win it 25-15 to push us to this fourth set. And we've seen a whole bunch of ties and lead changes as this fourth set has gone on. So a fourth match point here for Milford will come on the serve of Serena Akinbaboy. Pressure-packed serves. Gets this one across to Issa Grady-Harper. And the return for Abby Murphy, and that ball deflects out of play. And by the narrowest of margins in this fourth set, Milford emerges with the 25-23 win here in the fourth, and they will take this match by a final of 3-1. Outstanding effort for both of these teams throughout this match, and in particular in these last two sets, North Attleboro making it a real dogfight. But Milford able to earn the victory. They celebrate out on the floor now. A victory in their season debut for the Scarlet Hawks girls volleyball program. So they will start off the season at 1-0. They break that two-match losing streak against North Attleboro. And with the loss, the Rocketeers will fall to 0-1 here in the very early days of this fall sports season. So as we wind things down on this broadcast for tonight, we remind you one more time, we hope you will join us for our coverage tomorrow afternoon as we will have our first look at the Scarlet Hawks girls soccer team as they will take on their North Attleboro counterparts. That game begins at 4 p.m. tomorrow afternoon, and you can catch it live across all of our Milford TV platforms. But that's going to wrap things up here for the broadcast here tonight. A big thank you to Patrick Garapi for manning the cameras for tonight's action, and I am Tim Coet bringing you the coverage live from our Rentschler Biopharma broadcast booth. That final score, one final time, 3-1. Milford defeats North Attleboro. This has been a presentation of Scarlet Hawks Athletics here on Milford TV, presented by the Rail Trail Flatbread Company. So long, everybody.